Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gideon Marcus, and this is The Journey Show. We have got such an amazing show planned for you today. This is our special doodling episode, and we've got some of the best artistic talent west of the Mississippi to draw live to your requests as this show goes on. And not only that, but we're going to be doing it for the next hour, and then in 5 hours after that, live via Intelsat, we'll be doing it at the National Science Fiction Convention as well. So this is a very exciting double feature day, but you are here for the beginning, when we're most likely to mess something up big time on television. So around the table, I'm going to introduce everyone really quick, and then I'm going to go to the news. So first off, from my perspective, I've got Cathleen. She is an illustrator. I've got Alyssa, a Hugo-nominated book cover designer. Dukleth, a journalist and illustrator. Of course, everyone, the young traveler. He is, of course, a illustrator and comics person. And then Jimmy Purcell is a comic drawer. Welcome to the show, everybody. To get right to the doodles first, this news. It's been a close fortnight since our last update. Easily the most significant news this month was the week-long riot rebellion in the Watts neighborhood of southern Los Angeles, sparked by a late-night sobriety arrest and fueled by summer heat and years of discrimination. From August 11th, thousands of Black Angelenos crowded the streets in a conflagration of violence and looting. The unrest was only quelled after the National Guard was called in, with the last major clash occurring at a Black Muslim mosque the morning of August 18th. The toll: 34 dead, 898 injured, more than 4,000 arrested. Damage estimates were around $45 million. If there's a silver lining to the events of last week, it is that a light has been shined on the plight of Black Americans in California. There is no question that the recent repealing of the Rumford Fair Housing Act, the 1963 law that had prevented landlords from discriminating on the basis of color, sex, or physical condition, played a part in the outrage. Also, police brutality and racial profiling. Will California and the nation learn from these events? It is difficult to say, but early signs are promising. Both Governor Brown and Dr. King were in Los Angeles during and after the riots, listening and studying. On August 9th, the city-state of Singapore, led by Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, has formally split from the nation of Malaysia. Economic policy differences and ethnic strife between the Malay and Chinese populations of the two countries were the main factors in the breakup. Reportedly, the Marines have won the Battle of Ban Thuong in central Vietnam, clearing the peninsula of Viet Cong troops and insurgents. It is the first action to be conducted entirely by U.S. forces in Vietnam. After a scrub launch August 19th, astronauts Gordo Cooper and Pete Conrad lifted off yesterday in Gemini 5 for an historic 8-day flight. Despite issues with onboard batteries, it looks like the two spacemen are set to double prior orbital endurance records. On August 15th, Beatles performed to almost 8,000 streaming, the first performance in New York. Will continue August 1st in Portland and be playing in San. And that's the. So what we're going to do now. So this is the special episode. So I want to go around the table and get introduced. Starting with Cathleen.
Oh, is it me first?
I have no idea.
Sure.
Okay. Kathleen Arbalos. I'm an illustrator, a comic book artist, and visual development artist. Yeah.
And Jimmy Purcell, tell us about you.
I am a cartoonist. I'm a political cartoonist and illustrator. Anything that, if you've got money, I can draw it for you.
And you probably have lots to write about given these tumultuous days in 1965.
Oh, absolutely. LBJ just keeps. I never run out of content.
And Lorelei, who are you?
It's muted. Sound.
Yeah.
Sound.
I fixed it. So I'm the daughter of the host Gideon Marcus. I'm also an illustrator for novels, specifically the Petra Saga, and a comics artist, and also just all-around hobby artist. And I'm really excited to be here because it's a tradition for me during conventions to draw during panels. And now I get to do it and not get in trouble.
Andi Dukleth.
Hello, I am a journalist and a freelance illustrator and comic book artist.
Yes, you are. And Alyssa Winans.
Hi, I'm an illustrator and I work mainly in book covers and advertising.
Oh, very nice. So what I want all of our audience members to do is think about what you would like our guests to draw for you. We have a couple of prompts that we've given them before the show, and they're going to show you the results in about 2 seconds. But I want you to be coming up with ideas, and just feel free to teletype them at your local typewriter selectric into this magic Intelsat Vision Center so that we can see your ideas and draw to your prompts. I, of course, will not be drawing because I can't. But hey, I can only have so much talent. So first off, all of the guests are going to show renditions of themselves according to their favorite comic strip style of the day. Go ahead and show those up to the camera.
Ready.
Lorelei,
Sorry, I was finishing it.
let's get everybody up at the same time. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. So who was everybody's inspiration? All right, you can let them down. Alyssa, what was yours? Obviously Peanuts.
Yep, a contemporary classic.
And Andi, how about you? Who was yours?
Frank Frazetta.
Very nice. Illustrator and cover artist. Lorelei, who was yours?
So I took some liberty and went for Kelly Frias because I really love the pulp style and cover illustrations for magazines.
Very excellent. And Jimmy, what was your inspiration?
I was trying to be influenced by Jack Kirby, but I can never aspire to his level, but I tried.
You are too modest. And Kathleen, who was your inspiration?
I was looking at some Wonder Woman comics, and so I was trying to draw in that style, but yeah.
Everybody succeeded beautifully. Here, I am inspired. You've probably seen this very famous artist. Oh, I can't show you that one.
Why can't you show us that one?
Because he was anatomically correct.
Oh,
There we go. As you know,
Fantastic.
minimalism is very big right now. But that's okay. I brought a cheat sheet, so I'll just pretend that I'm Fred Gaines. All right. So I'm not yet seeing any prompts from the audience, which is disappointing because I know I've got a great audience here. So we're going to go with our first canned prompt, which was drawing some sort of alien. So has everyone done an alien yet?
I've not.
Not yet.
All right,
Currently
well,
working on mine.
You guys work on aliens. So, oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
While Jimmy is showing off his wonderful, clearly Merry Melodies inspired duck. Our panel of artists is going to be working on drawing aliens. And this is an excellent time for you to ask questions either about art or anything at all. Meanwhile, I'm going to sit here and eat licorice in front of the camera until you give me some prompts. Riveting television, ladies and gentlemen. You'll only find this kind of riveting television on NBC. certainly not a quality network like ABC or CBS.
And I'm a very fast artist, so feel free to send the prompts and I'll get it done quick.
Jimmy, I have heard that you were very quick. I had not heard that in connection with drawing, however.
Oh,
Everything I do is pretty fast. That's true.
someone's cruising for a bruising.
Compliment or insult, either way. Doesn't matter to me. What Gideon, let me draw you. I'll draw you in a very Hanna-Barbera style. I drew that earlier.
Oh, great. That's very flattering. Wait, I have to be like Fred Flintstone. I'm always in some kind of profile.
Oh, you want to do Fred Flintstone? Let's draw you bowling as Fred Flintstone.
Oh my goodness.
And actually, you should get my good side. Here you go.
I was going to draw you in your suit, but no, I can draw you as a caveman. Let's do that.
So, Carolina, by the way, wants Gideon's portrait. So there you go. And usually I'm so humble, so I'm surprised that I'm going to be, I'm overwhelmed at all this attention on me.
Okay. Gracious, I don't like how that turned out.
You do not all have to draw me. You can keep drawing aliens, but I'd love to see what Jimmy does. Hey, let's hear what's on the radio right now. There's some Mercy Beat blast back to 1964. Oh no, something ate Cathleen!
What kind of animal print do you want your caveman suit to be in?
I don't know, but Raul has asked for some Merry Melodies characters to be involved. So if you can throw in a Bugs Bunny or something.
A Bugs Bunny
let's mix
suit?
media here.
That's morbid.
Poor Bugs.
Oh, I hear a request for Rocky and Bullwinkle, which I was very expected. So while you guys are drawing, there's actually been a question that's been around, so I'll send it around the table and you guys can answer. So I'll start with Alyssa.
There's Caveman you.
Next to me. You can keep drawing, don't worry about it. Alyssa, Miriam wants to know how you found your art style.
Time and luck, in a way. I started drawing kind of the way I do now around 2014. Oh, shoot. Already messed up. About
I think you meant 1959.
Yeah, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. And I think that it was something I was doing like a concentrated, like I would draw every day for a month. And then I did that enough to the point where things started to look consistent and sort of just like something that was coming from me, not from something I was looking at. So it sort of happened a little bit naturally through some dedicated time and effort. If that answers your question.
And Andi, how did you develop your art style?
How did I develop my art style? I studied a lot of different artists. So anywhere from, as I mentioned earlier, Frank Frazetta, to some more of the classical artists. So some early Picasso, who else? Goya. And then I just sort of decided to kind of mix and match and give it my own spin. So very fun stuff. And remember, folks, the key is practice, practice, practice. Do it every single day, and you'll get it in no time.
Now, who asked for a Rocky and Bullwinkle drawing?
Lots of people. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to put this to a poll. So stand by. Cathleen. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cathleen, tell us where you got your style from. I'm going to set up a poll for what we should draw next.
Oh man, where did I get my art style from? Probably the same as Andi. Just studied a lot of classical artists in high school, and then and then a lot of the comics I'd see, like I'd come across, I'd draw from that or get inspiration from that, and some book illustration as well. But yeah, just draw every day, and eventually my style morphed out of all of those.
Absolutely. I'm almost done with my alien. She's more of an
Fantastic.
alien queen.
So I'm putting up a poll for everyone to see. It should be on your television screens, both in black and white and color. What would you like to see next? A woman superhero, something with a pirate theme, or something robotic? And it can be a Asimovian type robot, or maybe one of those robots that are coming out in the Japanese animation type things that we're seeing crossing the Pacific Ocean. I don't know if you've seen things like number 28 or Gigantor or things like that, but there's some amazing Japanese animation out there that I know some people are interested in. Mighty Atom, Astro Boy is a big deal in America right now. You can find those cartoons on the morning. I've actually seen them in the original Japanese when we went to Japan. Jimmy, I never got to ask you, what are your inspirations for your art style?
A lot of it was studying comic strips. Just reading the Sunday Funnies and recreating what I'm seeing.
Fantastic. And
That's why
Lorelei,
most
where
of my
did your
characters
art
don't
come
have
from?
lower halves.
Well, I think my biggest weakness is actually that I don't have a style. I'm working on consistency right now, so I can, when I'm doing professional work, I can keep up the quality across the work. But I'd say one of my biggest influences has been comic books and various comic artists. I'm a big fan of the Spider-Man comics right now, and I'm excited to see what they're coming out with.
Alyssa, you all right?
Just a little warm.
Your smoke coming off your fingers. All right, who is done with their alien prompt?
I've done the pencils, and I'm working on the inking. But she's more like Queen of the Aliens. Not sure if she's going to let the fleet of space travelers go back to Earth. She might eat them or feed them to her eggs. We'll see.
Terrifying.
By the way, we are tied between woman superhero and pirates, so someone's got to break that tiebreaker. Lorelei.
So I ended up doing, I just finished reading I Want the Stars by Tom Purdom, an excellent science fiction piece. And so I did a couple of the alien races from that one. And I don't think I don't remember the name of it, but there's a creature that's specifically designed for hunting and like genetically bred for it. And it's got some wonderful, horrifying descriptions that I've tried to capture.
Very nice. And I've been remiss. I'm going to let everybody know where all of our esteemed artists have their own presences that I hope you'll visit. So right now I've got Alyssa's up, and I will rotate through and just call that toll-free number at the bottom of your screen, and operators will be standing by. And if you order within the next 24 hours, you will get this solid wood pipe. All right, who else has some aliens?
I've got one. I have a friendly gelatinous buddy. Seems like they've already visited Earth and picked up a hat. Doesn't seem like a very, very alien hat, so.
We are very into the gelatinous creatures here at The Journey, as Lorelei can tell you. In fact, if you order Keitra, and only for an additional $1,000, you can get this bona fide book plate with Pinky on it. All right, how are we doing, Jimmy and Kathleen?
Well, okay. I have this. So
Oh,
weird.
look at that.
Wow.
Oh, my
stopped
goodness.
counting the tentacles, but yeah, it's a scary squid monster, tentacle monster.
Well, I drew my alien already. I can show Caveman Gideon. I try to draw. I don't have Rocky the Flying Squirrel. I don't have Rocky memorized. I don't have Astro Boy memorized, but I drew whatever I possibly
Astro
could
Boy.
remember. And I don't have them exactly memorized. I don't know exactly how to draw them, but that was the best I could do from my memory.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, great.
Ooh. I'll draw Astro Boy.
One thing I'm tempted to do, in the spirit of Frank Frazetta, because he's my favorite at the moment, is draw Gideon like Conan the Barbarian.
Nice.
That's
Oh, are you
amazing.
doing barbarian?
I do appreciate that, but it looks like women superhero and pirates are tied. So
Okay.
maybe what needs to happen is some kind of pirate woman superhero.
Okay.
That sounds doable.
All right. So that's what we'll be working on next is the woman pirate superhero.
All right. Took up a lot more of this page than I intended to. Oh well.
All right. Are there any other questions for me or the panel while they are hard at work? Or should I just put some nice tunes on again? Roy Orbison.
For a nice little filler here, I drew my dad with an eggplant baby, which you won't understand unless you're following our daily serial
Hardship Post.
post. But yeah, it's our family on Alpha Centauri 4 and all of the interesting things that happen there.
Well, I suppose that's a good time to put Lorelei's up. And Cora Buller, by the way, says, if anything you want to do of Frank Frazetta or Margaret Brundage's Conan style would be very welcome. Cora is a huge fan of Margaret Brundage. She was a very famous artist in the 40s.
Oh.
And had they had the Hugo Award in the 40s, she would have been a shoo-in to win, I think.
Excellent.
I'm seeing all these references to things that I don't know. What is a space ghost? What is an HR Puffin stuff? We must have an audience
HR
from the
Puffin
future.
stuff.
That's okay though. We accept all kinds here. We don't discriminate.
Mm-hmm. Unlike some states.
Randy Winans. Alyssa, you don't happen to know anyone named Randy, do you?
Maybe a distant relative.
Interesting. What a coincidence.
Oh,
Ooh,
Marvin
Raul
Mar-
wants a Marvin the Martian. Maybe if Jimmy gets his homework done quickly.
I'll draw Marvin the Martian.
Oh, okay. Kathleen is taking
Okay,
that
good.
one on.
Because I'm still drawing the pirate lady.
Cora
me
talks
too.
about foreign programs or comics, which just makes me think of Pat Morita, but he was born in the Bay Area.
Gracious.
By the way, if you haven't seen Pat Morita, he is a fantastic stand-up comedian, and he does every voice. He is the most Jewish Japanese American I've ever seen on stage.
Excellent. Ruby.
And Ethan has expressed an interest in Hanna-Barbera. Oh, he has the same last name as me.
Oh.
I'm thoroughly enjoying.
Drawing a tri-cornered hat is most difficult.
Yeah.
Why ever did they go out of fashion? It's a solid look.
Because they're hard to draw.
Yeah.
Every time I try to draw that hat, I regret it immediately.
currently looks like she has like a slice of Swiss cheese on her head. Which I have a feeling might become a theme for some sporting teams here in these United States.
So the question from the audience. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Jimmy is showing off his space pirate superheroine. We're going to
Ah,
need some more
amazing.
suggestions for art.
oh,
Andy just stabbed the cameraman.
terribly sorry.
So who here has studied formally?
Somewhat.
So you went to school and there was a teacher and all that stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so Jimmy and Lorelei, I take it you are self-taught.
I have deliberately avoided art classes.
I have taken art classes.
And which has given you more, the learning you've done by yourself or the art that you have taken formally? Alyssa, go ahead.
I think that going to school officially started me on a path. I don't think it's necessary for everybody, but it did give me a bit of a knowledge seed that I could then nurture afterwards. And I think a lot of learning happened after that for me. But I learned differently in both ways, so I do appreciate that. But I think that you don't necessarily need it.
How about you?
Who, me? Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Your sound is a bit goofy. But yes, I would say it's been a combination of both. Going to do some art classes has certainly helped. One, get me into the mindset, and two, help me develop the fundamentals. But right now, in fact, I'm even using this book as a reference to continue to hone my skill, and that you can buy just for a few dollars. So as long as you just the important thing to remember is the fundamentals to practice every day. Some people prefer to do that in a classroom setting. Some people can do that on their own. So there's more ways to accomplish it than just the one. This is very Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jimmy,
stuff.
you've taken some art classes and you've also gone independent. Which have you gotten more out of?
That's really difficult because I feel like every artist has to be independent. It's like pretty much being at school forever because you have to practice every single day. I do think that figure drawing is one of the most important classes I've ever taken, because even if you're creating a character that doesn't actually exist, it's still nice to see the depth and understand that you want to make the character seem real and 3D in their 2D world.
And Kathleen, how about you? Formal versus your own?
I think they both helped me, but formal education at least gave me the discipline to follow through with a lot of my projects. And Ryan the Martian.
Aww.
Sorry, I was asked again to show it again. I didn't mean to interrupt. The chat asked
okay.
for it.
Yeah, because I remember taking projects in high school and college that I probably would not have done outside of school, and they had really strict deadlines where they were due in a week, and I think that really helped me later on when it came to working on deadlines for projects. But yeah.
Very nice. All right, who else has got something to show the peanut gallery?
I am almost finished.
I wanted to add a comment. Though I haven't formally taken an art class, I will say I do intend on probably taking some when I go to college. And it's not fair to say that I haven't been learning the basics. I've been learning a lot from books and basically getting my education through there. I don't feel like high school art is the best place to start. Part of that is my high school art teacher. I haven't heard great things about him, so I've been avoiding that class.
Oh, I hope they're not tuned in.
But I highly doubt it. But yeah, I'm still learning like practicing perspective because I really want to get better at drawing fancy machines and such, which you can't easily do without grounding of how to draw a cube and a cylinder and a cone and basically breaking everything down into 3D shapes.
What else should I draw?
Gideon is Conan the Barbarian.
Okay, cool. I can do that.
Yes. Because that's what I would like to draw
It's gonna
next.
It's gonna be a super overly overly
Yes.
fit Gideon.
Oh yes.
What weapon should he be holding?
A club with spikes at the
A
end.
club. All right. Nice.
Spiky
Thank
club.
you. Worked for me.
It's the evolved version of the Fred Flintstone Gideon.
All right. This is our general pirate super lady.
Ooh,
So she is, just imagine she's floating. I guess that's the space part.
Oh,
there you go.
I just did a pirate lady.
Oh yeah, the sweet cravat thing. Is that a cravat? Is that
Oh
what it's
yeah,
called?
yeah.
Yeah, nice,
very nice.
I can't
fashionable.
imagine wearing that right now. It's very warm. It's too warm. Maybe I'll give her a cape.
Capes are good.
Capes are always great.
Almost done with my pirate lady.
Keep those ideas coming so we know what's going to be the next prompt.
Gideon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard a rumor that Disneyland is currently working on a ride that was indeed pirate themed. Has that been completed yet, or?
That is a fine question. I know they're working on a haunted house.
Ooh, I
That
love
was
haunted
supposed to be
houses.
done and keeps being extended further and further and further. I believe that there has been a pirate-themed ride in the works, and they may even have completed the facade like they did with the Haunted Mansion. I don't believe it's yet.
You're breaking up again.
You'd think I'd go more on. It's never been crowded at Disney. That's one of the things I like about the park is it's not a lot of people know about this place. You can go on as long as you don't have a weekend. It's extremely busy and you can get on rides quickly. You've all had to. You've gone to Disneyland.
Alrighty. Oh, here we are. My pirate queen, who is none other than Anne
love
Bonny. Thank you.
Oh, nice. She's got the pistol
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
that's great.
Woo.
You conquered the hat.
Oh, good. Yes, I had a different picture book, but luckily there was a hat in it.
So I don't really want to draw Gideon with a 6-pack. What kind of pack should he have?
A 16-pack.
16 pack? Let's do this.
Oh.
I don't even know if that's humanly possible. But
It's don't worry about that. When cartooning it's possible.
Okay, here we go.
So I'm told that I was breaking up. I don't know if you heard me talking about how Disneyland is so nice and uncrowded, and that's why I love it so much.
Yes.
Oh. I was hearing every other word of Cyborg Gideon.
Cyborg Gideon, I like that. Ooh, here we go. This one's a fun dynamic pose. That I'm
Gideon
looking
by
at.
Here we go.
Stanislav Lem.
Where's my pencil?
Oh my goodness!
There's Gideon.
That is a lot of F.
Wow,
Whoa!
that's great.
Wow!
He's even got long hair.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
Or that's his back hair. I'm not sure.
Oh! Oh no!
Gideon the Barbarian was a lot of fun to draw. Let's see, I've got Caveman Gideon, Barbarian Gideon, lots of Gideon going on.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Hey, this is the first time I've gotten so many drawings with clothes on. It's great. Janice wanted to know what I was saying about the pirate ride before the satellite went kaput. And what I was saying was, I think like the Haunted Mansion, its facade may be completed, but I don't think that it has the ride is open to the public yet, and who knows when it will be. Luckily, Walt is probably going to live another 10, 20 years and can make sure that all the rides get done to completion per his specifications in a timely manner.
Whew, that's a relief.
Okay, it's a little messy, but here's my pirate pirate
Nice action pose.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
What are we drawing next?
What are we drawing next?
I saw someone in chat said back to school, but in space.
Ooh.
Back to school, but in space. All right. So, school kids in space.
I think mine's gonna look too much like the kid from Jetsons. Is Jetsons around, or is that a futuristic thing?
Oh no, Jetsons was only one season, and it aired a couple of years ago, and it was terrible.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
I'm not
Oh,
too
unfortunate.
familiar with that show.
Actually, I have a really important poll for everybody, but first, let me make sure you get to see everybody's stuff. There we go. There's Andi. All right, adding a new poll for everyone to see.
My Gideon as Conan drawing is reminding me of a dream that I had of a show called The Fairly Odd Parents.
Sounds like a great dream show.
It was a wonderful dream show. If they happen to make it in the future, what a great coincidence that would be.
So just so you know, I put a poll for everyone to respond via their telephones, which now they might even have touch tone telephones. That's how advanced we are in our audience at Galactic Journey. But it looks like the majority of people watching the show really want to see more of this kind of thing. So I have great news for everybody watching this show right now. If you are enjoying watching all of us draw, wow, that is amazing, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Aw.
Well, here's the really cool thing. So we were invited at the very last minute to go to the National Science Fiction Convention, where we will be putting on much the same show. In fact, all of us will be there with the sad exception of Andi Dukleth, which is really sad given how beautiful her 1965 period makeup is.
Oh, thank you.
But everybody, all the rest of us will be there and drawing and being as effervescent as funny. And I believe I still have some licorice left. So we would love to see all the rest of you there. And if you look at your television screen, your 9-inch, 12-inch, maybe as large as 20-inch Admiral television screens, you should be able to see how you can come to the National Science Fiction Convention. Their conceit is the futuristic year of 2020, by which time we assume that all of the major problems afflicting us in 1965 will be gone. So, for instance, racial injustice, pollution, bad leadership at the presidential level. I mean, who can forget Herbert Hoover? I'm sure all of those things will be things of the past. Public disease, I'm sure that's been wiped out. I mean, Jonas Salk got rid of polio, so surely we won't have any pandemics by the utopian year of 2020. What else? What other problems in 1965 can we expect to be completely solved by 2020?
Certainly a much better satellite signal for television shows.
Absolutely. Oh,
It does seem like it keeps getting warmer, so I hope that,
Oh,
it
yeah,
gets, it gets less warm.
People have been calling out global warming for years now, so I'm certain that will have been addressed by 2020.
Of
Well,
course.
I mean, people are scientists that are saying this. Why would anyone be denying that?
I don't think anyone denies science. Even now, Andi, people are very much pro-science. I can't imagine that going away.
Exactly. My point precisely.
By the way, Cora, I know you suggested that there were other kinds of licorice, so I took your suggestion, and this one is apparently from Australia. So let's see if you're right.
Am I allowed to go to the other show if I don't like licorice?
Well, you don't have to eat any.
Seems to be thematically important.
It just sort of started that, Alyssa, and now I can't stop. All right, look at
What
that.
was that?
Oh, that's great.
So Lorelei is showing what apparently is a reluctant child, based perhaps on personal history, who does not want to go to school.
I know I'm deviating a little bit from the prompt, but here's my rendition of Gideon as Conan.
Nice.
Oh, amazing.
And you got both of the hairs on my chest. It's great.
Yeah. All two of them. Hold on. Let me make a slight adjustment.
All right. It seems like everyone's enjoying themselves, and most people want to come to another show. So they are in luck. They're going to get to.
I added more chest hair.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Make it more manly. Of course, you were focusing on my best parts. And you trimmed down the important parts that weren't. All right. Let's see. I had a great question to ask people, and now I've completely forgotten it. Now that you've shown me looking much better than I have any right to. Oh, I remember. I feel like this is the title of a song. Do you like black licorice?
All this talk about licorice, I think I'm going to get some licorice after this show.
It's amazing. So, Alyssa, what happened was there was just a journey show a couple months ago, and I had a big bucket of licorice, and I started eating it on the show, and now it's just become a signature thing. I've got a gimmick. It's important to have a gimmick, right, Lorelei?
Absolutely.
That's a very obscure Rocky and Bullwinkle reference. By the way, when I do the end credits for the show, it's very, very important that we all yell out in unison, Edward Everett Horton.
Edward
Wow.
Horton.
Edward Everett Horton. It's very important.
Everett Horton.
All right, so far the no's are winning in the black licorice poll. And I have to say, in this modern year of 1965, there's no place for discrimination. All licorices matter. Oh, there we go. See, just need a little prodding. There's some shy people out there, but in fact, it is not a sin to like black licorice.
What is Erica's prompt?
Here's school in space.
Cindy Moya has joined us. Welcome to the show. So nice to see. Oh, that's really cute.
I don't know how you actually like. Feels like all your stuff's gonna float away, but
Right.
maybe that's a good thing. Hard to say.
Sorry, teacher. The vacuum ate my homework. All right, we got 14 minutes left. So James Nickel wants to know what the average person on the street could do with a computer. And the answer, of course, is they could do with it what everybody else does. They could send bills. They could do airline reservations. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I mean, when you have a slide rule, what need do you have for your home computer? Erica Frank says I should eat all the black licorice because then she doesn't have to eat any. And well, that is my primary motivation, Erica. My goal is to eat all of the black licorice before it gets to you.
Here's a quick girl going to school in space.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
She's excited. Unlike,
She is.
Unlike our people.
She's adorable.
Gracious.
All right. The nose are above the eyes, which is a very alien thing.
The nose are above the eyes.
The nose are above the eyes.
Mm.
Aww.
No.
I like the level of enthusiasm. and then there's Jimmy. Terrifying.
That's Gideon being eaten by black licorice.
Oh, no.
Revenge.
Wow.
Revenge is
That-
sweet.
that
as they
is-
say.
That is a role reversal right there.
What exciting new candies have come out lately?
Exciting new what?
Candies have come out lately on the
Oh,
market.
goodness.
I don't know about candies, but I saw this great toy commercial the other day.
Oh. Oh, no. Is this going to be the hat thing, the hat hula?
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was called. It was like the
It was the swing wing.
Great
swing
space.
thing.
It was terrible.
It's a thing you put on your head, and it's got like a rope, and you just gotta like shake your head to make it spin around, and that's all it is.
Fascinating.
Hold on. I think I've got a copy of the commercial you're talking about. Hold on. I think I can pipe it in.
Oh my
So
goodness.
everyone can see it. All right. Folks. All right.
Oh, gracious.
Oh,
It's a what?
do you think that's gonna catch on?
It looks pretty fun.
It's a what?
That does not look at. Oh, and the elephant. I'm sure has lots to say.
It's a what?
Wow. We've already got the hula hoop, right?
We have the hula hoop. I think they're trying to bring it back with extra concussive force.
The swing wing.
Wow.
Get Swing Wing,
This jingle's
made by
catchy.
Transagram, where the fun comes from. It's a swing wing. It's a what?
It's a swing wing.
Right.
That was
So,
something else.
Amazing.
Cherry.
That's kind of great.
I agree, Cora. That's how you knock out your siblings for sure.
That's how you knock out yourself.
Mm.
So, Alyssa, I can tell you that one of my favorite candies that has come out recently is Sweet Tarts. I don't know if you've had any of them yet. They came out a couple of years ago, but I really like tart, chalky things, which my wife thinks I'm insane. But, everybody has their taste.
Wow.
Oh, and have you tried, there's an Easter candy called the Cadbury Cream Egg that's been out a couple of years. That's deadly tasty.
That does sound dangerous.
It's like a chocolate shell with like some sort of evil goo in the middle. All right, Lorelei, what are you showing up?
Black licorice monster.
Oh, great. I see we've created a motif.
Let's see. Someone in the chat suggested space squid, so I did just that.
Oh,
And yeah, running away from Anne.
I love it.
Oh, I feel so bad for it.
By the way, I just want to show everyone who's boss.
For now.
Now I have the jingle of the swing wing stuck in my head.
yeah, same here.
Oh, you will. You will.
Effective
It's
advertising.
the swing wing.
Oh, listen to that lovely singing voice. All right, who is still drawing, or should we have another prompt?
The
do
swing
that
wing. I'm
prompt.
drawing that right now.
All right, I think we have time for one more prompt. So everybody out there, exercise your brain parts.
Make it weird.
So over the next 20 seconds, I want to get an inundation of ideas, and then I will close my eyes and pick one at complete random. But until these ideas come out, we can't draw them. That's how it works. Sorry. So I'm just waiting for you to type into your little ASR 33s. All right, I'm seeing anthropomorphic computer. So we're back onto the robot idea.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
It's a swing wing. All right, I want to go. There's going to be there's a flood of stuff coming in, but I want to see. Oh, cats. Oh.
Oh, cats.
All right, your job is to draw something computer or cat related or both.
Oh,
Go.
That'll be fun.
perfect.
Having to get us another piece of paper.
Me too, Andy.
It's done.
All right, I don't think I've shown you how to get to Lorelei's work, so I'll put that up for everybody. Lorelei has just really come along as an artist. She amazes me, and we are very lucky to have her in-house to draw whatever we need drawn at cut rates. Some would say illegal taking advantage of youth labor rates. But thankfully, the government has not come by yet.
Yes.
Yet. Is the panel having fun? Are you looking forward to doing this in another 5 hours?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes, minus the 5 hours part since I have plans with my mother.
Oh,
Yeah.
She'll understand.
She has made a big funk about having dinner. So if I were to cancel, she would never forgive me.
Really, how are Mexican mothers with guilt, Andy?
Well, take Jewish guilt and then amplify that tenfold.
Oh my.
That's
And then-
impossible. The scale doesn't go that high.
We Mexicans find a way. And yeah, the fact that I am still unmarried at my age does not help with the guilt. So if I can
Well,
appease her in
you
other
are
ways.
22.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. My grandmother got married at 17 and had roughly 13 children that survived. I do not plan. Yeah. 16 in total. Unfortunately, 3 died as babies because it was Mexico in the 30s. Or, well, whatever. How old is my grandmother?
1830s.
1830, yeah. Okay. I'm getting off track. The important thing is that I do not plan on going that route one bit. Unfortunately, my mother has taken umbrage against that.
Good luck
There's my
fighting.
computer cat.
Jimmy knows whereof he draws. So John Thompson says he really enjoys chili rellenos, which I assume are some sort of interesting combination of rellenos and cojones.
Close. It is stuffed chilies, which is a green pepper, and you put a bunch of cheese in the middle of it. Then you cook it in an egg, sort of, whatever. You cook it in egg. Then you serve it with rice and salsa and beans, and it's quite good. I recommend it. If one finds their way in Southern California, where there's more likely to find Mexican foods available.
That's true, although I understand there's a new franchise that just started opening up called Taco Bell.
That is correct. It is a little bit more of a... They take Mexican food more as a suggestion, and then they kind of... At least it's helping putting the cuisine a little bit more on the map, so that part's been nice.
Yeah, there's one that opened up in Irvine, and I think there's a couple other stores that are doing it. I mean, it's a strictly local phenomenon. I don't think anyone else is ever going to get to eat there.
Yeah.
Wow, we've only got 3 minutes left.
Oh no!
No pressure.
Speed draw.
Fast.
Gosh.
Alyssa's thinking, I usually have a month to make a beautiful cover in watercolor.
Well, actually, I was like, do I know what cats look like?
Do we have a model? Where's our? I think our cat's outside.
Yeah, the painters in the Renaissance, they didn't know what cats looked like. They you know, they improvised.
It's like that was it the Da Vinci with the mink or whatever.
Oh, God. I totally butchered the anatomy of a cat, but whatever. If Da Vinci can do it, then so
You
can
can
I.
get arrested for butchering cats.
That is true. I have a cat. She's currently taking a nap next to me off camera.
Aw.
But last night, she insisted on biting my feet while I was attempting to sleep. So here is my computer cat. Very similar
very
to
nice.
Disney's idea, but
Aw.
yeah.
Very, very nice cathode ray tube. By the way, Erica Frank notes that cats have pointy ears and whiskers. I don't know if you've heard, but they've just finished the filming of the second pilot of a new TV show called Star Trek by Gene Roddenberry. And apparently it may come out as early as January of next year as a mid-season replacement. And William Shatner is going to star as the captain, which I think is a weird casting choice because he plays this smarmy, annoying assistant district attorney on For the People right now. So I think he'd make a weird captain of a spaceship, but whatever. We're all very much looking forward to it. So Star Trek, hopefully we'll be watching in January. By the way, our lovely moderator has brought forward something that you can all use.
Turn your.
Oh,
Ah.
So this is in fact a cat.
yay.
Aha.
A very, very photogenic and camera-loving cat, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Here's my cat.
Aww, that is amazing. We're just gonna have a cat on camera for the next hour. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So pointy ears and whiskers are the only things I need for a cat, right? So there you go. That's a cat.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Great.
Here's
Pointy
a
ears
picture
and
of
whiskers.
my cat attacking me. Yeah.
Amazing.
Back to school in space. But we did that, didn't we? Good pirate.
And while everybody is finishing up this last drawing, I have wired you all the invitations to join us in Portal 55 after the show, where you can talk to us and all these wonderful panelists, those who can stay, and we can chat. And if you want to go, you can go right now, just so you're there when we all adjourn. Up.
Oh,
Ah.
that's cute.
I used to be more computer than cat, but I knew better what that looked like.
And of course, because that is a computer cat, it must be almost the size of a room, I would imagine.
Yeah, very sizable. That thing in the front, you have to stamp on it to put input.
Right. Oh, right. Foot pedal input. I've heard of that. That's I think they're showing that at the New York World's Fair right now. All right, Lorelei, I think you're the last one up.
Okay, so I went a little different.
Oh.
Oh,
And so this is a sort of living computer. So on top, you've got its communication through a teletype on top, and then it's got a Canon camera because that's the only one I know of that does instant film development. So it can capture what it's viewing. And then here's the computer. It's a little bit taking some liberties, so it's smaller than the room, but it's still pretty large. And then it's on some like a track conveyor, and then it's trying to communicate with the cat.
Oh, that's so cute.
Everyone did an amazing job. I hope you all had fun. So we are now an hour into the show, which means it's time to say goodbye. But I just want everyone to know that as we sign out, it is very important that all of our staff at the exact same time say this. And without further ado, I'm going to end this show, and I hope to see you all in Portal 55. Edward!
nailed it.
Ah!